Here we go. And 3, 2, 1. Hey, welcome to Greatest Golfer Special Fall Edition. I know the golf clubs are getting packed away, but there's still a lot of golf going on. And I'm joined by two of my almost favorite junior golfers ever. Just finishing up some state action. Was watching the scores online and getting some cool text messages. And when the action finished up, I was eager to get him here to Greatest Golfer Live. Welcome, Alyssa Rapp, Junior, Cardinal Mooney. Alyssa, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. Thanks for giving me some time tonight. And how about Mr. Jake Silak, the rock star of Mineral Ridge? How are you doing, pal?
Very well. How are you?
Awesome. Thanks for joining us. Look at you wearing your state golf championship. Can you,
I had to.
show that bad boy a little bit before we get? I want to see. I didn't
I
notice
had
it.
to.
Wow, look at that.
State Golf 2020. I mean, hey, I had to.
And Alyssa, you're sporting some Mooney colors, it looks like. Nice. You guys both repping. Congratulations to both of you, the two best shooting scholastic shooters for this year's state high school tournament. Jake competing in Division III, Alyssa competing in Division II. I want to talk. Obviously, we got to talk with the veteran. I think Jake, Alyssa, 3 years in a row.
Absolutely.
Well, let's talk with the dean of state golf, 89, 86. You're a junior at Mooney, and all 3 of your high school years, you made it to state. How was this year's?
It was like a very good challenge to play, especially like by myself. It was a little different than as my team because the past 2 years I've gone with my team, and this year it's restricted tickets and everything, so my team couldn't come with me at all.
Yeah, how'd you like your round on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'd say like a 7. There was just a few mistakes here and there that I could have fixed, but besides that, I did pretty well.
What was different about going into this year versus last year?
What I was trying to do differently is probably to beat my score from last year, but I tied it. But I did have like my record high with an 86.
Jake, you walked away with the prestigious title of 15th in the state in Division III. Unlike Alyssa, 3 for 3. This was your first. I mean, you've been clawing and scratching every year.
I have, yeah.
Finally got your shot. Tell me about it.
I mean, yeah, that's all I wanted was my shot really to get down there. I mean, like you said, last year I was so close. I was a 3-foot putt away, but I choked. So we fixed it this year. I ended up having to go to a playoff this year, but it was just for first and second. So it was a lot better to have a playoff when it really didn't matter that much. But it was a good time. I mean, I went down there and I played it terrible on the first day, but I mean, you know, the second day I couldn't have asked for anything better.
What did you do to prep for making it to states?
I kind of just stuck with the same thing I've been doing all season, which is basically just, you know, playing and practicing as much as I possibly could just to kind of stay in the rhythm. I feel like last year I kind of, like after sectionals leading up to districts, I didn't prepare as much as I really should have. So this year was kind of just about making it through districts and then, you know, enjoying the last go at it at state.
Life doesn't get any better than playing Greatest Golfer. And then there's those things called state tournaments, which are just there. I get it. How do you approach different levels of competition?
I'll let the 3-time state qualifiers take that one over first.
For like high school matches and like going to state, it's like a different feel than like normal high school matches and the Greatest Golfer. But with like the high school matches and Greatest Golfer, it's more of like a fun type of feel. But like once you get down there, it's very serious.
For some reason, I feel like, and I'm not trying to get on your good side here, Todd, but that Greatest Golfer was like so intense, and like especially coming down to that last hole with me and Michael this year. There was just something about that Greatest Golfer, like the end of the year, like last, you know, end of the summer tournaments, that was just state kind of just felt like just fun for me this year, because almost districts every year for me felt like the state tournament, because, you know, if you don't make it out of there, there's nowhere else to go. So just trying to go down there and enjoy the moment while I was there.
Did the normal Silac entourage make its way down?
Yeah, no, we all went down. I think we probably had to have bought somewhere around 20, 25 tickets.
Did you?
It was insane. It was awesome though to look back, walking the last few holes and having everyone just behind us, having that support where, it doesn't really matter what day of the week it is. If I'm playing, I know that I'm going to have someone down there watching me.
How was the school support? How's the school get excited for you?
I had a clap out the day before I went down to state, and I had like a few announcements over the speaker, like for when I made it to districts and when I made it to state. Everyone in the hallways were saying congratulations to me before I went, and it was really cool.
The principal called me down to the office and just talked to me about, I think we talked about parking spaces, how many parking spaces we had in the lot. It was really weird. But then I walked out and the entire school was there. Same thing as Alyssa. Our band played the fight song on the way out. So yeah, it was really cool. I didn't really know what to do with my hands though, so I kind of walked with my hands in my pockets really awkwardly.
Yeah, we're gonna have to coach you about that. Definitely.
Hey, I wasn't prepared for it, Todd. You were supposed to teach me how to do that, and you weren't there for it.
Hey, at some point these lessons have a cost to them, pal.
You got your interview skills from me though.
Exactly. Well, I mean, don't tell them.
I need should I use the?
Yeah, use it. Okay, use that as okay. Fine. I'm really proud of that. So, how'd you play today?
I played pretty good.
What do you think,
better than
Jake?
yesterday, but
Use the golf club as the microphone. That's automatic points right there.
Probably my approach shots and my drive. So,
there you
go. You gotta go with it,
And Leo was very, very serious about it. I love it.
Alyssa, now that you see your performance, how are you grading yourself, and how do you want to improve on your interviewing skills?
I don't think I need to improve.
That's what I love about Alyssa Rapp, right there. You guys aren't just golfers. Alyssa, what's next on your sports schedule?
I just got off golf probably a few weeks ago, probably 2 weeks ago, and 3 days later I'm back in the gym for basketball.
Where do you want to have the final shot? On the 18th green for a championship, or a 20-footer post up for a championship?
18th green.
What do you like about basketball over golf?
Golf and basketball are both very intense, but basketball gets my adrenaline going all the time, just constantly running up and down the court. It's very fast paced, and I like that.
Yeah, Jake, you got basketball going for you as well, right, pal?
Yeah. We just started up. Same thing as Alyssa. Again, we just started up 6:30 practices in the morning. So that's great.
I have never heard of something called 6:30 before. Explain that to me.
School starts at 8:30. We practice from 6:30 to 7:30. So
God, I'm getting nauseous just thinking about the thought.
Oh, believe me, I know. Basketball and golf just have different intensities to them. It's just kind of, golf, even though you really want to express your emotions at some points, you can't. Basketball gives you the opportunity. So I think, I think both sports are very intense in their respects, but I personally, I like basketball after golf season just because it allows me to, be competitive still through the winter and take the anger out on the 3-foot putt that I missed in district. So
I like golf because it's individually and it's like your own type of win. Like for basketball, I love having a team with me and celebrating with my whole team for basketball because it's like a different feel.
Yeah.
It's more of like a family feel.
Jay, talking about intensity, let's talk about this.
I knew that was coming up. Okay.
All right. So first of all, tell me about this YSU thing. I've heard some rumors. Tell me what's going on.
Yeah, I just posted that yesterday. It's my verbal commitment to Youngstown State for golf. It's exciting. I mean, it's the school that I wanted to go to pretty much at the beginning of my recruiting process. I just I know all the guys over there. It's really close to home, and it allows my family to still be able to watch me.
So when did you know that Division I golf was probably part of your future?
At the beginning of freshman year, I wasn't really playing at Division I level, and I knew it. And that's what I wanted to do. I figured if I was going to play in college, I wanted to go at the highest level possible and see what, theoretically the best the country has to offer. So I figured if I wanted to get up there, I had to bring those scores down. So, ever since freshman year, that was my goal, that, just play good enough to be noticed by some schools. And, if a Division I school happens to fall in there, it would.
When was the first time you had a Division I conversation?
Sectionals junior year, when Coach Joy, actually from YSU, came and watched. And I ended up talking to him afterwards for about an hour. And, one of my best friends, Connor Stevens, who's playing over there, he came over, and I was so excited to tell Coach Joy I shot a 73, and Connor comes flying over, says he shot 67. I'm like, this is dumb. And he was in the same position. He had just committed to Youngstown State. So he was watching him, and he was bumping back and forth with me and him. So, yeah, I mean, we just talked for an hour, and, at the end, my mom she looked at me with like a funny look on her face. Like, what? She's like, I don't really understand how you didn't realize you were talking to that big of a school. I'm like, oh, that's true. I guess that was kind of the first time it actually hit me. So
the thing to see posted on Facebook, and with one of my favorite photos ever. Where'd that photo happen?
You know exactly where that photo happened. That was taken on 17 at Avalon Lakes when it was the greatest golfer the last day. I screamed something like, come on, one time. And then I made it, and I had to do a fist pump. And I saw that picture after. I was like, that's awesome. That was probably one of the best pictures I've ever had taken.
You're just a junior, Alyssa. What are you thinking about in terms of what you want to do in sports after Cardinal Mooney?
Well, my freshman year, I was shooting in the hundreds, like 105. And I was just thinking to myself, I need to get my scores lower if I want to do anything. Last summer, I shot an 81, and then now sectionals and districts, I shot 282s. So I can get my goal next year is to get even lower. There's more opportunities in golf than there is basketball.
What I liked about both your styles, and they're both different, but I'm eager to hear how you guys think about my observation. Alyssa, I'll go first with you. What I love is that even going back to that shot we were talking about at your freshman year of state, and you hit this tree, ball goes back behind you like 50 yards. And I've seen some 17, 18-year-old kids struggling for composure. And here you are as a freshman, just ball goes 60 yards behind where you would hit it from originally, and you just shrug your shoulders and go. And I love that part about your game is I've never seen you get upset, never seen you get angry. So tell me about your approach to the game in terms of keeping that kind of cool.
Well, because I look at it as the hole's never over. If I have a bad hole, I do. Then I still probably have 5 or 6 holes left, and that's enough to birdie a hole and par the rest and make up for it. Because there's always room to make up for in golf. Mental game is a very important thing with golf. If your head's not mentally in there, it's going to be a disaster.
And Jake, what I liked that despite all your wins, people are going to measure you for how you lose, right?
Yeah, we talked about it.
I mean, it's a battle all the way. Wasn't able to come out. It's unfortunate, but I gave myself a chance. I knew there wasn't really a lot to do there. I knew he was on the green. He's a good putter. Give credit where credit's due. I got to keep my head up. So that's about it, man. I mean, congratulations to Michael. He deserves it. This is the last time I'll ever play, so that was my last walk down, and I'm glad I was able to make a little suspense out of it.
Yeah, I mean, especially with that last tournament, losing to someone who I've played against, pretty much growing up all my life. Yeah, I know how much those guys look up to me, being, a couple of the younger guys. I know that they're gonna watch the way that I had to react from it. So as much as I was insanely, I was going insane inside, I tried to keep it in a little bit.
Yeah, and I would, and let's be honest, you had some tears in your eyes.
I did.
Just kind of getting, I don't think it was so much. It wasn't tears for the losing. I think it was when you were sizing up the end of your high school career, or at least the end of your greatest career. But that said, you kept your cool.
I appreciate it. I tried my best on that one.
I think with both of you, it's cool watching to compete with a comfort level, Alyssa. That's kind of how I like watching you play. and then Jake to lose with class. And if you're always winning, you're not learning in life the way you need to learn. The way you guys carry yourself out there in Greatest, I've really come to enjoy. Well, congrats for a great high school run this fall. Alyssa's so excited for next year for you. And Jake, excited for you next year, but clearly sporting different colors. But thrilled for it. And thinking that really eager to see you guys still in Greatest Golfer next year.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for joining me tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you, Todd.